everybody and welcome back to a new reading vlog on my YouTube channel Books with Leo, where I talk about books. Today's Wednesday. I have a lot of work to do because I'm going to Paris. I was up last night like making a collage about things me and my friends are gonna do in Paris. It's like I'm manifesting how great of a time we're gonna have. So let's talk a bit about what I'm reading. I'm still reading the Marvels. I'm almost embarrassed to tell you guys that I'm still reading this book. Like I think like the last 2 reading vlogs I was reading this book. Well, that's just because I'm taking my time with it and I keep forgetting that I'm reading it, but I'm really towards the end now. So I'm hoping to finish this in this vlog because it also needs to go back to the library. Then I'm also still in the middle of Special Topics in Calamity Physics by Marisha Pessl, which is sort of a dark academia slash mystery slash novel by Marisha Pessl. Not entirely sure what the gist of the novel is yet because I'm not that far in. I also keep forgetting I'm reading this and I'm not really in the mood for this anymore, so I'm gonna like put it aside, which is what I do with too many of my books, and that's how I end up reading 12 books at a time. But it's okay, it's my life. I make the choices. Let's see on Goodreads because I think I'm also reading other stuff. Surprise, surprise, I am. So I was also reading Monstrous, which is a very, very popular graphic novel series. I thought it was really cool so far, but very confusing. And I've heard that more, that it's just when you start Monstrous, it's like there's so many things in this fantasy world that are just being thrown at you and you're just like, what's going on? I don't get it. So it's like a little bit steampunk, but it's also very fantasy. The illustrations are beautiful. It's all got this really like sandy coloring style. It's really cool. I think the main character is like some sort of ancient slave. She's got powers too, and she's overthrowing this like empire. I'm really not sure what's going on. I think like this is the best I can do plot wise because it's just there's so much happening and there's so many elements and like hierarchies and like structures and political things, and I'm just like, what? I feel like I've been thrown in the middle of this world without like any explanation, but I'm just gonna move forward with the graphic novel and see like if I can figure it out. I am enjoying my time reading it, even if I'm like not grasping what is happening. So yeah, so I want to pick up like a simple audiobook, maybe like a nice romance or something, or middle grade, or a thriller. Could I be in the mood for a thriller? I just want to pick up like some in-between reads, so I'll do that later today I think, but first now I need to get to work. Hi, I forgot whether I'd shown you guys my updated Notion, but I've like gotten a template from online and then I've made it like sort of Studio Ghibli themed. This is the home page. It's very cute. This is not updated at all. I've got my personal info, a work page, a home page, a sports page, and a reading list. I don't really use this one as much. And then for work, look, it's all got Studio Ghibli headers. It's really cute. I've got these GIFs. I've got it like sort of in these different categories and some more GIFs. And yeah, this is not updated either, this weekly planner, because I've been making like to-do lists in my notebook, but I'm going to update it now and then I'm going to get to work. And I also got my YouTube bit. Look, and it's got the book. So cute. This is from Arietti, I think. And yeah, then I've got all my vlogs and like things that I still need to do. This is also not updated, as you can see, but like when it is updated, it's really helpful. This is just ideas and most of them don't even make it onto the channel, but I guess I try. And then my home page, it has just got like groceries and stuff. I think this GIF for groceries is so funny. Every time I use this grocery list and this GIF pops up on my phone, it just makes me laugh. So yeah, that's a bit of my Notion that I wanted to show you guys, and now I will get to work. guys, so this reading vlog is a bit messy. I feel like I say this in every video, but here I am saying it again. So let's see, I think the last time I filmed was before I went to Paris, which is a really long time ago. And then I think you saw a clip of me and Brit, one of my good friends, visiting a Christmas market last weekend. And I filmed a bit there. I was like, oh, I have to incorporate this in the vlog I'm sort of somehow still doing. So my life right now, I've been working today. I was supposed to go on a date tonight, but it's been cancelled. Don't know what I'm going to be doing. Maybe reading. That would be great actually, to do some reading or journaling. I really haven't taken the time to do some painting in such a long time, so that might actually be great. So I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I went to the post office a while ago today and I picked up this book that I bought online second hand, and this is The Pillars of the Earth by Ken Follett. This is a really well-known book that I've never talked about on this channel, and it's basically a historical fiction read about this big cathedral being built, and it's multiple perspective, and there's lots of different characters with their own struggles and identities and things they find important. And I think the main theme is that this cathedral is being built. Or like, that's all I know. My best friend was absolutely lyrical about this book. She was wild about it. She was like, it's the best thing I've read. She just kept on talking about it basically, and that really made me want to read it and pick it up as well. Also, since I love like a big book with multiple perspectives, I'm like used to that type of book in fantasy, and I've not read it in a historical fiction form, I think. I'm really interested to see whether I like this book, but it's not one I'm gonna pick up today or like now, but maybe like the beginning of next year. I always like reading big books at the beginning of the year because it feels like there's no pressure, because there's like so much of the year left, so it's like doesn't matter if it takes you a while to read it. I don't know, it's a really weird philosophy, but that's how I feel. And then another book that I've been reading for a really long time, but I've picked back up again. It feels like generally that like there's no plot, to be honest. Like, I'm not really sure about the plot. It's about Blue and her dad, and he's a professor. They're moving around. Blue is telling her story. She's also telling things about the mysterious death of her mother, about the mysterious death of one of her teachers that she was really close to, and the group of friends that was sort of like toxic surrounding that teacher, you know, that old dark academia type stuff. So there's all sorts of things going on in this book, but why I keep circling back to it despite not being super enamored by the plot, it's just the prose. The prose is so beautiful. Like, I can't believe it. And this is a translation, so I'm not sure how the original is, but I presume it's also good. The prose is just so wonderful. Like, it makes me so inspired, and it makes me want to write, and it's also really funny. So every other page there's some sentences in there that I'm like, that's gorgeous, that's a piece of art, like how did she come up with it? So that's something that I'm really enjoying about this book, even though I feel like it's just all vibes, no plot. But I don't know, there might, you know, like I'm on page 208, so anytime soon a plot could just like jump up and surprise me. We don't know that. So for today I have a lot of filming plans. I'm really excited about that, and yeah, that's basically what I'm going to be doing. Also, I can't believe I almost forgot that, but as you can see, I've put up my Christmas tree. I'm very excited to have my Christmas tree up again. I'll show you some of the decoration in there, because a lot of these are handmade ceramics made by my mum, and I just really want to showcase my mum and her amazing ceramics. You can also follow her on Instagram if you're interested. She makes beautiful things. So yeah, let me just show you guys. This one is one of my favorites. It's just really cute. All of them are like sort of space themed. And then we also have this one, which is adorable. She'd also made one which said, I love you. And this one says to the moon and back. But I dropped and broke that one that says I love you. I know, I'm a horrible person. I'm the worst daughter ever. But anyway, I think they all look really cute together. I went with sort of like a space theme, so I hope that was portrayed well in this Christmas tree. Hi, so I've been editing my Paris vlog for a bit, and I'm just noticing that I'm losing concentration. Like, I'm done for the day, I think. I never really get done all the things I want to get done in a day, because I always overestimate how much time there is in a day. And also my time management is horrible, because I get lost on TikTok sometimes. But yeah, I thought now was a nice moment before I get ready to unwind and have dinner, to unbox this little gift. So my mum is the cutest mum on the entire planet, because she made me an advent calendar, so like every day there's a little gift I get to open. And this is today's gift. It's the 15th of December. There's this really cute sleigh on top. They're all quite small gifts, but it's so nice. It's the gesture. Now I just feel so loved. So yeah, I thought that was nice to share with you guys. It's so cute. Okay, let's unwrap this one. I hope it's chocolate. Oh, it's a little tea bag. That smells like chai, and chai is my favorite tea. Thanks, Mom. And a little candy. Okay, yay. Anyway, okay, so I just wanted to unwrap that little gift. So I also remembered whilst I was working that at the beginning of this vlog I was reading The Marvels by Brian Selznick, and I've actually finished The Marvels. So The Marvels by Brian Selznick is a part graphic novel but sort of middle grade story about a family of actors and about this shipwreck and this boy that runs away from school and building new friendships. And it's a middle grade I've really enjoyed. I've really flown through the first part, which was graphic novel, and then the second part I got through a little bit harder. I had like a more difficult time connecting to it, but it was a really atmospheric read, and it was much more Christmassy and wintry than I had expected. I didn't know it was such a seasonal read, but it's really great for this time of the year because they talk about Christmas dinners and being together a lot and like warm and cozy inside. So that was really nice. I really enjoyed those vibes. I also think a lot of the characters were so lovable, and the whole mystery at the middle of it was really interesting, and just the way the story was built up was of course really cool with the graphic novel and then the written part. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I've since returned it to the library, which is why I don't have my physical copy anymore. And another book I'm listening to is Castle in the Clouds by Kerstin Gier, who's one of my favorite authors because she wrote the Ruby Red trilogy, which I read as a child, and then I reread it like almost every year because it brings me so much joy. Kerstin Gier, she writes with so much like pleasure, and like it's just so fun. Everything she writes is so fun, and she's really witty as well. Castle in the Clouds is about Sophie, and Sophie is a high school dropout and she's working at this hotel for the winter. Also, again, a very wintry, Christmassy, holiday, festive read. And she's working as an intern in this hotel, and it's a really special hotel. It gives me big time the Grand Budapest Hotel vibes. And it's basically, you read about the hustle and bustle of the hotel over the winter, all the special guests, the snowstorms, everything that Sophie gets up to, like the people she has crushes on, the kids she has to babysit. I love the vibes so far, especially like Castle in the Clouds is the hotel, and it's so big and like has all these hallways, and it's really high up in the sky in the mountains hidden by all the clouds, and it's like, it feels almost magical. On the other hand, I thought going in that this might actually be fantasy and magical, but it's not. It's just contemporary. So that left me like a little bit sad because Kerstin Gier has written time travel and like fantasy-esque stories, and it just, so far the plot is not really blowing me away. I love the vibes and I love the way she writes, but it's just like, it doesn't feel like there's a lot of plot, so that leaves me like uninterested in picking the book up again. Like every time I stop reading it, I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, because nothing, like there's not really a lot going on. It's just the everyday motions of Sophie, and they're kind of boring. I am loving the vibes and the atmosphere in the story, so I'm listening to that on audiobook, so that's nice. That was my little update I wanted to do, and I'm going to be making myself some dinner now, and then I'm going to relax a bit. Hi everybody, so you've just seen some footage of my day yesterday. I've been editing and I just uploaded my Paris video yesterday, so I'm really excited about that. I think it's one of my favorite vlogs that I've ever done. It's just Paris. And like my friend already said, like the whole video almost felt more like Paris than actually being in Paris, but that's probably the background music. Had a lot of fun making it, so it would be great if you could still check it out as well. So I spent most of the day editing that, and then I also went out to get some lunch with my friend Leslie Ann, and we walked around the park a bit and we had a really good time. And yeah, then this morning haven't done so much. I'm about to go out and get my nails done because this one is honestly getting so ripped, and like half of them, yeah, I love this manicure. Like I wish I could keep it on, but all the nails are getting ripped and like they're at the end, and it would be nice to get my nails done before Christmas. So I'm thinking of doing like a little glitter manicure, but I haven't decided yet, but I'm really excited. I always love getting my nails done as like a little form of self-care. So I'm just going out to do that, and then when I get back I have to pack some Etsy orders. And yeah, I've been listening a lot to Castle in the Clouds by Kerstin Gier. It's weird because I think it's not such a great book, but I am enjoying it. Like there were bits in it where I felt like the plot was really sort of standing still and there was not really anything happening, and now at the end it's more like picking up, but I feel like the plot kind of came out of nowhere, and just the whole babysitting thing plays such a big part in the story. Like Sophie's an intern at the hotel, but she does a lot of babysitting for the hotel's guests' children, and I think a lot of the guests in the hotel and the whole hotel and the history of the hotel are really interesting, but like the children, I don't care. And also the whole love triangle thing that's happening in this book, it's just all very, very YA, you know, and I think I've just kind of outgrown some of these tropes. But Kerstin Gier is one of my favorites. The books that she's written before are some of my favorites, even though I can see their flaws. And again, she is incredibly funny in this book as well, so I am having a good time reading it. The winter vibes in this book are exquisite. It's just the snow, the hotel, the Grant ball they're all preparing for. I am sad though, because now I'm at like the ball scenes and everything's coming together and the whole kidnapping plot is sort of picking up. She's not actually at the ball, like the main character's not at the ball, and I want to be at the ball. I want to know what happens at the ball. I want to see the ball gowns. I want to see the cute lights in the Grant room. Like, why are we missing out on that? Personally, I think that's very sad. But yeah, I'm like, I have 37 minutes to go for the audiobook. And yeah, I haven't read much in any of my other reads. I'm just sort of like focusing on this one now. Hi everybody, so I'm here to finally close off this vlog. So it's Sunday today and I've worked yesterday and I haven't really filmed since I got my nails done and packed my Etsy orders. I did finish The Castle in the Clouds, written by Kerstin Gier. I think I ended up giving it 3 stars or 3.5 stars, something like that. There were a lot of things I liked about the book. I thought it just really had that classic Kerstin Gier humor that I love so much. She's just really funny. She writes great banter. It was kind of fantastical. The vibes and the atmosphere were really, really good. There were a lot of super intriguing characters, which I enjoyed reading a lot, but just the whole plot and everything happening in the book I didn't care for as much. Like, I felt kind of let down by the plot. Also the sort of love triangle thing going on, like the 2 love interests thing. Like I said before, kind of over that at this point. Like I think the last time I probably even like tolerated that was when I read The Hunger Games, and even then I wasn't a big fan. But I am happy that I read one of her more recent books. I'm also really interested in reading her Silver trilogy because the Ruby Red trilogy is one of my favorites, but I've never read the Silver books, which are about dreaming and a sort of dream magic. I think I've attempted to read them a really long time ago and I didn't really like them back then, but I kind of want to try them again. So let me know in the comments down below if you've read her Silver trilogy. So let me know if you've read them and if you've liked them and if you would recommend them to me. Then I also finished another book that I have been reading for a really long time and I kind of forgot I was reading, and that is A Feminist Manifest, and it's called Feminism for the 99%. and I did like this. It was really interesting. I also have like some little points of critique towards this one, but mainly it sort of really shows how feminism should be anti-capitalist and how capitalism is sort of intertwined with all different sorts of oppression we face today in our modern society. So it talks about racism, about how feminism should also be environmental and help the environment. It also talks a lot about how women are the victims of the second shift the most. So a lot of women have to do a second shift, like housework, raising children, next to working full-time, and that way we sort of all become like victims of the system instead of being equal. So we are sort of becoming more equal in a way, but when women face the same struggles as men because we all have to work so much that we don't have time for our families anymore, then it's sort of not working. And it also talks a lot about how women being really high up in corporate jobs doesn't really help women at the bottom at all, and it's like, okay, that is sort of feminism, but it's very neoliberal and it only helps women in several layers of the society, and we should be helping all women. So I thought that was really, really interesting. I did feel like the terms used in this book were a little bit academic every now and then. I'm glad I read it on my iPad because then I can look up anything that I don't understand. But just the way this is written, it's not super accessible, and I feel like that makes it sort of like preaching to the choir. So a lot of people that read this already have these opinions and like, great, but like, okay. And another thing is that a lot of the points presented in this book were really interesting and like I think very valid, but then like, what is your solution? Because capitalism is a thing that is here now, you know, and there was no solution presented. And I know that wasn't the point of the manifest, but still it felt kind of like, yeah, sure, but like what will we do about it then? And it's, you know, it's very complex issues, but still felt kind of like but yeah, I did enjoy reading it. I'm glad I'm reading more feminist literature and learning more things about how we can all become more equal. I've just started a new audiobook, but I'm not sure if I'm ever gonna finish that because it's very long. Anyway, I am gonna close off this vlog now. It was a bit messy, a bit all over the place, like several clips, a few weeks. I'm off to rep some Christmas gifts, which I'm very excited for. I'll see all of you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and if you don't know what to comment, I thought we'd try something different. Let me know in the comments down below what you're currently reading and use some book emojis. And yeah, I'll see all of you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!